Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey, it's Christy.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember us as the OG partners in crime from Dance Moms.
Well, this is Back to the Bar, the podcast where we drag out every insane, chaotic, and iconic moment from the show.
We're spilling the tea, calling out all the BS, and sharing stuff you definitely didn't see on TV.
New episodes drop every week, and yes, we're laughing through the trauma.
For once. Follow, grab a drink, and join us as we go back to the bar.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Hey man, I just want to get one thing out in the ether that's very important to me, okay?
All right. What you got?
I have only been to Michigan one time.
Okay.
I currently do not live in Michigan. No. Not recently at all. Okay. This is what I'm trying to dispel right now.
Okay, I got you.
So supposedly we have a local Michigander hero. He's a Marine veteran. I'm not a Marine veteran guy, guys. Named Derek Perry, and he saved the day. He stopped a mass stabbing inside of a Walmart in Michigan. So, congrats to our hero of the day. We give you the John Wick Award, but I do want to say I'm not him. Okay. So everybody who has been like tagging me in post and sending it to me in my DMs, like thanking me, you're thanking me for nothing, guys.
Should I put his picture up? Should I put his picture up like a side-by-side thing or no?
You should not do that. No, because everybody's going to be like, I won't do that's you. Okay. They're going to be like, it's going to be like when people put a picture of like a wall and there's like, come on, dude. I'm looking at John Cena right there. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be something along those lines, right? You're not going to tell me that's not John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I've been hit up in my DMs so much these last 24 hours. I'm not him, guys, but thanks for this great American Marine veteran for saving the day and thwarting evil. That's what we're all about here on this podcast is thwarting evil. That's why we watch superhero movies, guys.
Yep.
How are we doing other than that, brother?
I'm just trying to stay cool, man. Just trying to stay cool. It is a hot one today.
So hot, dude. Oh my God. It's
so hot. Like,
so hot, Javi.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand like how this helps anything in the world being this hot. Like the grass is struggling. It's so hot outside. That's just crazy.
The makers of ice are just rolling in dough right now, okay? Whoever invented ice right now, that is enjoying life, okay?
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. Other than that, man, I mean, just normal stuff, man. Nothing new to report. On this end. Man. What about you, man?
Good deal. Same, man. You know, we linked up Saturday for a little breakfast and our movie and stuff. But other than that, man, it's been a very chill weekend. I did hang out with JP Friday night. He came into town. We grabbed some dinner. A little bit of shenanigans. Nothing too crazy. It was just too hot.
Yeah.
It was just too hot to do
hot
anything.
In the middle of the night. It's too hot.
Just why is it midnight? And I'm sweating. Why? It just should not be. I don't like that at all. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean,
guys, hope y'all are getting through it. Staying hydrated, staying cool. Javi, we really should have became the makers of ice because we'd be really
no kidding. Now, we really missed out on that. Yeah.
All right, team. Got some different movie news for you. We'll talk about it after Javi drops that needle. All right. Hey, team. we have what I want to talk about here is summer tentpole blockbusters real quick. We have a few that we want to talk about. One from each big studio here. And then a brand new one with Apple TV. So pretty Apple Film. So pretty excited about talking about these. But like, let's go back. Let's go back to the start of the summer, man. We have May 23rd. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Right, that final Mission Impossible film. Tom Cruise and company. This is typically your segment of the film of the pod. But it's like the budget was 300 to 400 million. It has grossed 592 million dollars. Right.
I'm on PTO right now on this segment.
You said put some days in, Clyde. Leave me alone. For me, right? The Mission Impossible movies never really were like billion-dollar franchises, and they're right there in that spy genre that is a tough because there's so many. There's Jason Bourne, there's Mission Impossible, there's the 007s, right?
Austin Powers.
There's so many different. There's the Austin Powers. Right, so it was never a franchise to look to be making $1 billion, and we talked about it on the pod. The Final Reckoning is not as good as Dead Reckoning Part 1, but still was a fantastic entry and a good end to the series. Yeah. I definitely appreciate it. So the fact that it tracked 592 million, made its budget back plus some, definitely got to give it up for that, guys.
Yeah.
Next film I want to talk about here comes from distributed by Warner Brothers Films, but really it's an Apple original film. Apple's first big budget film that hit theaters. It dropped June 27th, up against a budget of 200 to 300 million. Has made 510.9 million according to Wikipedia. There, for a racing movie, that's huge, right? For a sport that is still growing and people are learning about it, and this probably shot it out of a cannon as far as the notoriety and the and like the fame and everything that comes with this sport, right? It's already internationally known and popular, but just to bring it to audiences across the world in this format, right? That does nothing but promote the sport. So definitely appreciate that, man. This was still one of my favorite films that I've seen so far. It's tracking, man. It's tracking, and it's still in theaters, so it's still going to be making some more money. There's going to be some stragglers in there, so it's probably going to make more moolah. It's just the fact of the matter is that studios don't put movies in theaters as long as they used to back in like the 2000s and early 2009. There's a different format there, so.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward here, the next tentpole from Universal was came out July 2nd. $180 million budget. Jurassic World Rebirth has this dinosaurs, man. $719.9 million, dog.
Crazy.
They got some ugly ass dinosaurs in this, dog, and it's still making money.
They were definitely the throwaways, weren't they? Is that what the whole point was?
Like, definitely like
the mess up,
the stepchild that you just don't want to mess with, man. Go over there in the corner. Oh my god. But yeah, man, just off the strength of Gareth Edwards' writing, ScarJo, David Koepp, Mahershala Ali, and just some great people in this film. It is gross, man. 719. Yeah. So that's huge there. Warner Brothers tentpole release, James Gunn, Superman, 225 million. It has grossed $503.6 million. That's huge, man.
Yep.
The one common denominator between these films is like it put people back in the theater, man. We have been struggling since COVID to put people back in the theaters, right? And the biggest movie to really do that to date was Top Gun Maverick, post the pandemic shutdown of everything. and people are trickling back in, right? Trickling, not really doing much, but they're still doing it here. I like that these films came out back to back to back within the span of about a month and a half, 2 months, and have definitely done the thing. Now, I do have a soapbox, and I'm going to get on that soapbox here.
Let's get on it.
I hate Twitter. I'm never going to call it X. It's still Twitter to me, okay?
That's fine.
Elon Musk can kick rocks. But with that, on Twitter, all I get is notifications from people saying Man of Steel is better than 2025 Superman, right? And like we talked about on the pod, they're two totally different movies. Totally different different characters, a different Superman entirely, different world.
Yeah.
You can't really compare the two other than like the Superman, because they're also two different stories. Now, what people are doing is just bottom line, right? People see numbers, right? Mm-hmm. So Man of Steel back in 2013, before the pandemic, made $670.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's pre-pandemic.
Right.
That's 7 years before the world shut down. You know how difficult it's been since then to reopen the damn world and get people back in studios, man. You can't do it. So that's why I hate Twitter, man, because I get notifications like that every day. Like, people are crapping on this movie because they're Zack Snyder sycophants like yourself, and they just love everything that he does. Don't get me wrong. For me,
I like Man of Steel just as much, but I also like the Superman movie as well.
We can love both. Right?
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that at all.
I mean, unlike my mother, who loves my brother more than me, you know what I mean? I get that, right? But like she loves us both. I get it. You know what I mean? Like she can. And like for me, in my take, I do love Man of Steel more. It's the only Zack Snyder film I like. Only because I think Henry Cavill's perfect Superman.
He was great. He looked great.
He looked like a god.
Right.
Other than David Cornsweet, who looked like a man. There's a big difference there. Still two enjoyable films. I wanted to do this segment because I'm just excited that like people are going back to the theater, man. That's what's super exciting for me, man. Will we see a $1 billion like grossing film again where theaters are full? We're probably going to see that come the Odyssey and Doomsday next year.
Yeah, whenever the next Fast and the Furious comes out.
Whenever.
I don't know.
I don't even think
kept it up.
Fast X didn't even like make it didn't even make $1 billion, right? I don't even think it did, actually.
I have no clue.
Did Fast X make I don't think it did, man. I think it was like the worst one in a while. Made $714.4 million. So yeah, it did not do the numbers that Universal wanted to do. But it's still like,
Seven, though. Fast 7
nice
though.
Oh yeah,
cranked it out.
Oh yeah, man. So I'm really excited, man. We're probably gonna have to wait till the Odyssey and Avengers Doomsday before we see another $1 billion movie box office. Just excited, man. Welcoming people back to the theater, man. It's just fun.
Speaking of just sequels and things like that too. Yeah. Did you catch Happy Gilmore 2 this weekend?
Man, I love how I didn't have to cue you up for it, bro. Of course I watched Happy Gilmore 2. Man.
Awesome. So
that's what I did Saturday night. Yeah. So Happy Gilmore 2. Let's talk about that.
What were your initial thoughts?
Before even going
into
a
whole movie.
Before going into it, before seeing a trailer, before hearing a single thing about a Happy Gilmore 2, I knew that it was just going to be this throwback comedy, weird film that has golf in it, and it's just a vehicle to make people laugh. Like that's what Adam Sandler does these days. I don't really watch that much Adam Sandler films anymore because he's just on Netflix now. This is actually the first one I've watched in Adam Sandler films that I watched in a very long time of his. But I watched this for the nostalgia factor. Now, every reference, spoilers ahead, guys. So if you don't want any spoilers, please fast forward.
Just listen to the spoilers, guys. Don't fast forward.
So many cameos, so many callbacks to the first film.
Yeah.
Everybody who is no longer living that was in the first film has a son, right? Like who is representing them. There was like 3 or 4 of those, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad Bunny was probably the best character in the film.
He was so
as the caddy, right? Oscar, he was awesome. Like he almost didn't even act. He was just like Bad Bunny.
He just gave in to the whole. He just gave in to every act. Like it was. Like he was just that guy. Yeah.
But just great cast, great like people everywhere. It was fun, right? I wasn't expecting to be as good as the first one. I wasn't expecting a game-changing comedy film. I was just enjoyed a film for an hour and 54 minutes. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And it
was
definitely
golf. It was definitely hilarious.
Yeah.
But it was like he said it was just like it was kind of like clip after clip after clip.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like just segments, which was fine. As far as it worked because it was funny. If those segments were not as funny as they were, then that's all it had to stand on.
Yep.
But yeah, it was no story like the first one.
And like what I did enjoy is the journey, right? The journey for Happy kind of getting back into the game of golf was really cool. I did enjoy that. But then you're there and it's just like, all right, this is just wild. This is just wild. Now we're at Maxi Fly Golf or whatever the hell it is.
All it was.
Right. Benny Sadfi as like the villain instead of Shooter this time. Ben Stiller is still a villain. Don't know how the hell that, he's back, right? There's a lot of callbacks that are unnecessary. They didn't really push the narrative forward. They kind of just kept it in a time capsule and like sprinkled more characters in there. That's all it was, man.
Yeah.
But it's on Netflix. Currently has a 68% Rotten Tomato score and a 6.3 on IMDb. So that means people are at least enjoying the film.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a not to offend anyone, a movie snob, this isn't for you because it was not an excellent movie overall.
Yeah.
It was definitely made for me in particular, where I just laughed, and that's all I cared about at that point. I didn't expect anything great out of it.
I think like the best part was the family effect. Like all the boys and like his one daughter, like those were probably the best scenes because even though they were like, hard Boston types and everything, there was a real love of family there, and I appreciate that. So, team Happy Gilmore, it's on Netflix. Check it out. Welcome to this episode of Movie in a Pod. I am Clyde Smith.
And I am Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we're discussing trailers for Good Fortune, Hotrod Man, and our movie of the week, The Fantastic Four: First Steps. Yeah, team, small Pedro Pascal. All right, team. You guys are having a fantastic week here. Staying cool, enjoying some ice if you can afford some. I think the stock is going through the roof right now.
It's outrageous.
It's outrageous how much stock of I can't afford one share of ice. Team, we have some trailers coming at you here. Good Fortune by Aziz Ansari and Roof Man, starring the man, the myth, the living legend, Channing Tatum. You can see our full trailer reactions and the full pod on our YouTube page, and by clicking that link tree in our socials, team. Link tree in our show notes. Like, share, subscribe, and we appreciate the support. All right, team. We have Good Fortune. According to IMDb, a well-meaning but rather inept angel named Gabriel meddles in the lives of a struggling gig worker and a wealthy venture capitalist. Written and directed by one of my favorite comics, Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
We got
he's
Seth
the writer
Rogen,
and
Aziz
director.
Ansari,
That's cool.
Keke Palmer, Keanu Reeves, and a whole host, Sandra Oh, a whole host of other people as well. Yeah, this is a comedy that is going to be in the theaters, man. And
oh boy,
this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be a really good, funny ass film, man. But the thing with like adult, like Seth Rogen, Aziz, and these guys, now that they're adults and they're older, you're right. Before it was like weed, sex, getting drunk.
Yeah.
Almost every movie. They've gotten older. They've seen the world. They see how the world is now. Where they still want to give you that stuff, right? That part of their personality hasn't changed, but they also know like the guys like us who have watched these guys since they've started have also grown up, and they have to give us some more, man. So there's going to be some good meaning about like wealth disparity, different classes of the economic scales. Looks like some religion in there with Gabriel the angel and them shouting at God and everything, man. It looks like we're getting a lot in an hour and 38 minutes. This film I'm excited about, bro. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, same. Like, Aziz. It's pretty cool that he's written and directed this one.
Yeah.
So that's a good step forward for him. But just the three different types of comedies that are in this headline team here.
Yep.
I mean, there's no way somebody can't have a good time with this movie, I feel like. I mean, Keanu is just, I think he fits like the personality of this angel probably pretty well, right? He's got a very good dry sense of humor. Right. You don't expect an angel to be funny, right?
Yeah. You don't expect Keanu Reeves to be funny. Simple as that, right? He's notoriously like not. Like he has said some funny shit in movies before. But like he's not he's not in comedy.
No, he's not at all. I just find this is gonna be really amusing. I mean, and it's kind of the notion of where people always say, money doesn't buy happiness, and he's like, well, it kind of did. It seems like it solved everything, all the issues he had.
Solved all the issues right there, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Super
I'm pretty
excited about it, man. Team, we're gonna throw Good Fortune on our socials. Let us know your thoughts. Also, what movie do you think that Keanu Reeves was his funniest in? Let us know in the comments. All right, team. We have Roof Man. According to IMDb, the story of the rooftop robber, Jeffrey Manchester, in his time on the lam evading capture. Written by Derek Sherfrancis, directed by Derek Sherfrancis, written by Derek Sherfrancis and Kurt Gunn. Channing Tatum, Juno Temple, Kirsten Dunst, Peter Dinklage, Uzu Aduba, Molly Price, Ben Mendelsohn, Lakeith Stanfield, Emily Cohen, Tony Revolori, Melanie Diaz, and a whole host of other people. When I first heard about this film, I went and did a deep dive on Jeffrey Manchester. Okay. And like, yeah, he was like chilling out in Toys R Us's, bro.
Yeah.
In Charlotte, in this city. Like,
yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
In like the early 2000s or something like that, man. This is a real deal Holyfield story about this guy. And like it was shot here in Charlotte as well, I believe, or right outside Charlotte, I think. So
we missed Channing? Oh man.
We missed Channing, dog. Yeah, so this looks really good, man. It looks like a really fun time. I feel like with any like Derek Serfantis film, it's gonna get dark, which is like the scary part because we're having such a good time. His trailers always, man, Blue Valentine, Place Beyond the Pines, they always show like a good time and some action, some stuff that happens, and then it gets like really dark. That's what it looks like it's probably going to happen here, especially when he is about to like get captured and stuff like that. So, but you know, looks like a fantastic film, beautifully shot, great cast. Another film I'm excited about, man. We're 2 for 2 with these trailers this week.
Yeah, this one's going to be hilarious. I mean, even though it's kind of a messed up story, but it looks pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, just this cast is going to be hilarious. I mean, the story is what it is. You know, ain't nothing we don't know already.
Yeah.
So it's just going to take these guys to really land those punchlines because it seems it's not going to be take itself too serious movie.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, I mean, the guy wasn't he wasn't a murderer or nothing. He was just living in some places, right?
Yep.
And stealing some stuff, which, I mean, he was a bad guy for that. But, you know, you put this kind of cast together, it's going to have to be funny. I mean, there's no other way around it.
1000%, man. We'll team, we'll throw Roofman on our socials. Let us know your thoughts. What is your favorite I don't know, heist film? Inside Man would be the closest thing to this. You know, Spike Lee's 2000s movie Inside Man would be close to this, where like you're already on the inside the entire time. Yeah. It's just exciting, man. Just a good concept, something that actually happened, and we're gonna see the story, team. So let us know your thoughts. All right, team. We're gonna jump into our movie of the week here, and it is something I am super excited about. The Fantastic Four: First Steps. This movie was released July 25th to the United States. Directed by Matt Shackman, screenplay by Josh Friedman, Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer.
It's a lot of writers. We have a $2 million budget, and so far it has grossed $216.7 million.
Let's go.
Starting this, we have Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards or Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Ebon Moss as Ben Grimm, the Thing. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, or the Human Torch. Julia Garner as Shalabal, the Silver Surfer. And Ralph Ineson as Galactus.
Yes, sir. Give us that quick synopsis, brother.
The Fantastic Four have to figure out a plan to save the Earth and their baby from Galactus, a devourer of worlds.
Yeah, man. Marvel's First Family, yes. One of Stanley and Jack Kirby's best comics ever. Let's start at the top, man. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Now we've already got like Ian Grufford, Miles Teller, John Krasinski in a different world as Mr. Fantastic. Then we got Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, man, and he's different from all three of these iterations. And Ian's character still tried to be funny, right? Still try to like bounce off of like Chris and the rest of the cast to like be like in on jokes. Pedro did not. Miles Teller was super sappy and sad because he had the weight of the world, but barely showed his intelligence, right? And we didn't even really get a chance to see like Krasinski work beside anybody else. So not really even throwing him in the mix, but
he did not make it far.
He did not make it far at all. But Mr. Fantastic was the leader of the team. His mind was working a mile a minute and faster than everybody to solve the next issue before it even happened. Which was dope, man. And Pedro killed this role. He got a little weighty after his kid was born, right? You saw him as Mr. Fantastic before his kid was born. You saw him afterwards, and his life changed. And his reasoning and his thought process and how fast he computes, and he's not sure of himself, and he's thinking of all the logical negative things kind of spring into his head after his kid is born, because he's a dad now and he has to like protect his kid. Pedro did a fantastic job balancing all of that, still being the leader of the team, and understanding like this humongous weight that's on his shoulders, man. We're in the age of Pascal, man, and like it's not stopping. And this is another fantastic entry into it, dude. This is another fantastic entry into the Pascal universe.
He has his own multiverse.
Patent pending, guys.
I mean, he just looked great through the whole movie. And he's a superhero, but he played a very, very good, quote unquote dramatic role.
Yeah.
Because like at no point in the movie was he like really happy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning when they're talking about the baby stuff, he was really happy, but after everything started going down, then we saw dramatic Pedro.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fantastic that really couldn't even been there, and it was still been a great role.
Yeah. Even with like out the baby, a part of the family, and coming in, right? He just had to be like that emotional anchor and that always that straight man in the film, because you have Ben and you got Johnny, who really like leads like the comedy and the levity of the family, which is appreciated. But dude, like I'm gonna say it, dude. Pedro Pascal is up there as one of my favorite actors, man. Right now, it's like right now working. It's like him and John Bernthal, man, are like my two favorite guys.
Nice.
That are like in the game right now. So definitely appreciate that, man. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, in the film, Reed's pregnant wife, Johnny's older sister, member of the Fantastic Four. She has her powers. She's more. She uses her powers, but her gift really lies in her way that she communicates with people. Her and is it Mole Man? They have a kinship where she can go to him, he can go to her, and there's a level of, even though they were adversaries at one point in time, there's a level of respect there now. When the world is like, why the hell are you not giving up your baby to Galactus to save us, right? She gives this really touching emotional speech, which, Javi, I thought the movie was going to go corny at that point. It was a really, really tight line that she almost crossed, where like this could have been the corniest thing ever, but it was Vanessa Kirby and she kept a sweetness about her, and she kept like a realness about her, where the speech that she gave was genuine, was very touching, and it just perfectly worked in this world, in this film, right? Especially when you saw how much this world loved the Fantastic Four in the beginning of this movie, and then turned on them because they're not giving up the kid. Where she won their hearts back. So even though she has invisibility, even though she has like these force fields that she can do, right? Her greatest gift is communication, man. Like that's bar none. And she had that before she went up to space.
Yeah, I think one thing that these movies are doing now is we're going past origins and we're going into what people can write as more mature characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you have a Reed Richards and a Sue Storm who are older. You know, they've been doing this for a while. They're not just figuring it all out. So they can give some cool speeches, and you can't help but believe it because it's not like it's coming from, you know, a new superhero or something like that.
Yep. 4 years as the Fantastic Four, man. Really cool. Yep. Eben Moss Bachrach as Ben Grimm, the Thing, Reed's best friend, former astronaut, member of the Fantastic Four, the Rock Monster guy. Michael Chiklis did his thing in like full prosthetic or whatever, but even just like played Ben to a T, straight out of the comics, man.
Yeah.
Not only did like the studio get his look right and put a damn shirt on him too. Thank you. Good God. I was tired of seeing rock boobs, man. Like, come on, dude.
I dug the beard though.
The beard was the best part. Yes. But like I hated that first one because the man was shirtless the entire 2 films.
Yeah.
We're like in the comics, he did have a shirt, man. Put a V-neck on him or something, guys. Dang.
I like how they didn't make him feel like he was an idiot. Like he felt like he was a smart guy. He was just a rock guy now. Right? Like he didn't.
Yeah, exactly. His mind is still the same. His personality is still the same. The only difference is he's of this rock formation thing where you know he's indestructible. But he was like sweet though. Like when he was like messing with the kids or whatever, when he was getting cookies in the city, when he's flirting with the like I loved all of those moments for Ben, man. And he's just like, I came here to like, she's like, oh, what are you here for? I came here to see you. And she had this big ass smile on her face, right? Like those are wins for me, man. That are just like, you saw iterations of Ben. You read some comics where like, he feels like shit. He feels like he cannot connect to people. He sees his best friend with, you know, Sue and having a kid or whatever. And he's not even really they call him family, but he's really not family, like blood or anything. So like he still kind of feels left out of the Fantastic Four here on the side. But you know, the fact that they gave him a little bit more in the city with people interacting, and they just love him. That was perfect for me, man. That was definitely perfect. The beard was awesome. One, I never knew that was a thing. But like, dude,
I didn't know that him shaving with the angle grinder was that's how he took care of that. It's so funny.
That was awesome.
That was so good.
That was awesome, man. You should keep it. Really? There was like touches of like levity here that like only works in a family dynamic. Like when they're talking like, should we go check on Sue and Reed to see what they're doing? And then like Sue scares the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that shit like a little sister does. You know what I mean? Like I just love the small touches that they did to each other, man. Johnny like in the sauce before it's done, just trying to piss Ben off or whatever. I love it, man. Speaking of Johnny, we got Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Sue's younger brother, member of the Fantastic Four, who can control fire and fly. Man, Chris Evans was just like the sexy, cool, I'm a fly boy.
Yeah.
You know, you had crap,
Michael B.
I forgot
Jordan.
his name. Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't remember that name. Michael B. Jordan. He was more of he was more of a literal hothead, right? Hot rod guy, right?
Yeah.
He was probably better hanging out with Vin Diesel and Fast and the Furious, and like hating life.
Yeah.
And then coming back into the fold, it worked for that film, but there were still a lot of pieces missing, right? And both of those films are origin films. So this is different. This is literally 4 years into the Fantastic Four. So they have already established, like you said at the top of this segment here. And yes, he has all those qualities, right? He can be a hothead. Yeah. He can be a womanizer, right? But there's also this soft, exactly, right? But there's also this soft quality and loving quality to Johnny that we see, right? Like he loves his sister, and he pisses off Reed and Ben every day, right? But in a very loving way.
He had
I think he's just a little kid and it's too much.
Yeah, he had a lot of qualities that were spoke of, but we never saw, which was fine. Like we didn't need to see him go on a bunch of dates and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. It was more of he was a superhero, and the other stuff was, that's on the weekend stuff. That ain't working time, right?
It's a superhero business time, lady.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I got to figure out this language, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was in it hard.
Yeah. Speaking of the language that he had to figure out, we have Julia Gardner as Silver Surfer, and people were like, why aren't we getting like the dude Silver Surfer for one? And then people were like, all right, we got the female Silver Surfer. She better not suck. She better bring some a good storyline to why we're using this one. And it makes sense why. She was a mother. She just saw the birth of Sue's kid. Right. Yeah. That's the emotional toll right there. Right. If you were to use the guy Silver Surfer, it might not hit as hard. So that storyline and adding that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like it's Julia Gardner, dude. She looked dope. She looked really cool. Coming from Ozark to doing this. Yeah, that was cool, man.
Some really awesome surfing scenes.
Yeah.
Just throughout.
Is it a part of her body, or is it by itself? Which is a good running joke, man.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. They did some pretty good visual effects for tying in that she is on a surfboard.
Yeah.
And we didn't really get to see much of that before. Just interesting. That choice.
Shout out to Paul Walter Hauser as Mole Man. Just a fantastic addition, right? What I loved most is like, he understands like his place in that city of New York, but also understands like when people come calling, he has power and he used it, man. And I that was fun for me there.
Yeah, I think my favorite line from him is he's like, "Hey, make sure you wipe your feet off." He's like, I'm just kidding. It's just dirt. There's dirt everywhere. It's all dirt.
That was good.
Delivered it so great.
We got Ralph Ineson as Galactus and JV. Like, I'm so glad we got comic book accurate Galactus.
Right.
We didn't get like a blob, a big blob of something in the sky that's Galactus.
Well, it was cool, like his ship. right? The ship was that big blob, basically, but it wasn't the thing.
Yeah, it's an actual person, like a humanoid type something happening, and he got out of his ship and hung out in New York, right? Saw the Statue of Liberty, right? That was cool.
Yeah. He superhero landed in the water, which was pretty intense. I was like, why you gotta go in the water, man? Why you gotta, what a choice, right? You would think he'd want to land on dry land, but it's whatever.
Exactly, dog. Superhero land. Oh man. I like his portrayal, man. Galactus is a difficult character to even do. So we didn't get many scenes of him, but what we got was just enough. That's all I needed, right? I didn't need a full on backstory. I didn't need a whole emotional toll as to why my man's tired of eating. He can have a successor. Yeah. All right. What am I going to do? Is either I'm going to keep eating or I'm going to take this damn baby so I can stop. That's it. That's motivation.
That's all you got.
Yep. Hey, Fantastic Four, clock's on you to try to stop me. Simple as that. It kept it really streamlined and simple. And very simple, man. That was really cool. Dude, can we talk about just the look and feel of this film?
Yeah, man. Let's go for it.
First, fantastic score from the fantastic Michael Giacchino.
From beginning to end.
Sounded
from
really
beginning
good.
to end.
Not only did I feel like I was in this Jetsons type futuristic New York, right? We got the look and feel of that as well, right? It looks like 1950s New York with the fashion, with the clothes and everything, with a lot of the technology. But then you have this other set of technology that it's just is it 2025? Right? We don't know. We're on world 828 or 848 or something of that nature.
Something of that nature.
Earth 828 is where we're at. So totally different than what is it? 626 is the regular one that we know about. Where Tony Stark died.
So.
Rest in peace.
You say so.
I
thought
it just looked really fun, man. And it looked I noticed it was New York, so it's going to be less of that, but it seemed like it was just really community, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, just everybody just lived in this city. And that's always been New York, but it seemed like there was less segregation. There was less any of that, man, in this world. That's the Stan Lee world. That's the Jack Kirby world, man. And
right.
That was probably my favorite part, man. That the city was a character. The city was a character in this film, man.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of course, destruction to this city, but you also got to see a lot of the attractions, right? Like you saw Times Square, we saw the Statue of Liberty, and they all had their own kind of personality to that time that they're looking for.
Yeah, man. This is a beautifully shot film, man, and the fact that it does take place in this different Earth, New York.
Yeah.
Because when this movie was announced, right? Fantastic Four, they're coming to the MCU. They're in the MCU. How? Where the hell they been? Right? Bruh, you ain't pull up. Ben, you ain't pull up when that big ass ship came here and took Tony Stark away in the crew, right? Nope. Johnny, why you ain't flying around to hug? Where the hell you been? Right. Oh, you're on a different universe. You're on a different planet. You're on a different Earth. Okay, that makes sense now. And the fact that it looked so much different than anything we've ever seen, it just drew me in even more, man. And I was lost. I was lost into this city. That was probably my favorite character in this film. I love them all, but like it's probably just the city backdrop, and they kept it in New York, man. Yeah.
New York, man. That place goes through some hard times. Jeez.
And on every Earth.
Every Earth is just, New York's just the worst place to be for some kind of galactic battle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Man.
All right, man. I do have a theme here.
All right.
Against all odds, what would you do for your immediate family? And then with that, the bigger message here that Matt Shackman and crew are talking about, right? How would you protect all of your family? You know, the family of humanity, right? The Galactus was coming to destroy the entire planet, is marked for destruction. These are the heroes and how they're going to protect everybody, right? They legit could have time warped to somewhere else, just the 5 of them, and been like, deuce. But they put their skills together, right? They put their powers together, and Voltron came out. I'm joking. But they did the damn thing and figured it out, man, with a little help from, you know, a surfer at the end. So that was fun as well.
Didn't Johnny do that in Fantastic Four 2? Didn't he like combine all their powers into himself?
I think he did.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, man. Chris Evans, dog. Yeah, because he was like, oh, sorry, because there was like some weird, like, oh man, I was actually going to watch
something to do with the Silver Surfer.
I didn't. It had something to do with the Silver Surfer, and there was like some technology that was floating that they were using that, like, if you touch it or something or get exposed to it, you get everybody else's powers. It was wild.
Yeah, it was crazy times.
All right, team, that's our conversation about 2025's The Fantastic Four First Steps. JV, give me your thoughts and ratings on this, brother.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this one this year. We had Thunderbolts roll by, gave us a little nod in there to the Fantastic Four at the end. Then we roll into this one. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I mean, you know, we've had a few of them. They all had their good points, the good parts of them. But I really enjoyed seeing that mature family. They're kind of a little bit more serious. We've kind of moved on from, you know, we're learning about ourselves. Now we're dealing with bigger problems. So I really enjoyed that. Fantastic story. Scene by scene was fantastic. Everything about it was awesome. I'm going to give this one 5 buckets popcorn this week. Definitely going to be on the...
Fantastic Four First Steps gets 5 buckets from JV.
Definitely going to be on the Marvel rewatch list.
Oh yeah, that's without a shadow of a doubt. I agree there, buddy.
What about you, man?
Yeah, dude. This was a film I was really excited about. Like, talk about casting alone. This is just great. Look and feel of the film, fantastic. Like, it's called The Fantastic Four. Like, there was everything about this film was fantastic, my guy. We're living in the age of Pedro Pascal. Yeah. And he's doing it in every franchise, for every studio.
Joseph Quinn's doing work, man.
Joseph Quinn is doing work. Vanessa Kirby. Even Moss Bright. Like, this is a cast of characters who are like on top of their game right now in Hollywood, and they scoop these 4 up and put them in a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
Like Chris Evans and actually everybody but like Ian Gruffudd, who's the guy who played Mr. Fantastic in the Tim Story ones. Everybody else was really like popular at that time. Michael Chiklis was coming off of The Shield. It was Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, and then you had him, and he was. These are like 4 characters that are like really popular. 4 actors that are really popular right now. You brought them together, man. Perfect casting, perfect directing, man. I do have a I give it 4 buckets of popcorn.
Okay.
And it gets 4 buckets of popcorn because I just wanted I wanted it to feel like Galactus was going to win. I wanted it to feel like the stakes were a little higher. And the stakes were very high. But like it was also like you knew, I guess because we just know. We know moving forward that they're in the MCU, they're going to be in Doomsday, this and that, right? So because you know that, it's tough to not remember that when you're watching these films and you know what the future is. And the stakes. I just wanted the stakes to be a little harsher, a little wilder. That's my one takeaway, man. And maybe that's more of a Marvel thing than this film.
It's because you already know. You already know.
It's because I already know.
Yeah, it's hard to give that away, right? I mean, even with like Infinity War and Endgame, you know, one kind of caught you for a little bit of a loop, but you knew it was going to come back around and work out some way or another.
Yep. So yeah, 4 buckets of popcorn, and like my favorite part of the film, like I turned to you, I was like, that's effing awesome, right? Is when Ben is just taking column after column out to try to make Galactus like, get him like off of his balance or whatever. That was just the coolest scene, man.
Well, that was also one of those scenes where what I said earlier, they made him less. They made him smarter. I felt like he was a smarter character.
Yeah,
he wasn't like taking orders. He was just like, "This is what I got to do. I got to take this building out to help out. So I'm going to run through these beams."
I mean, Reed was stretched to the limit and couldn't really do much at that time. You know what I mean? So he had to take matters into his own rock fist. 4 buckets of popcorn for me, man. I'm excited for the future of these films. This one's already greenlit for a second Fantastic Four film. So let's go. Let's go, team. Thank you for subscribing to this week's episode, talking through the Fantastic Four First Steps. Next week, we'll be discussing The Naked Gun.
You can catch that in a theater near you.
Like always, I am Clyde Smith. You can find me across all socials. I am Clyde D. Smith.
I am Javier Villalobos. You can find me across all socials at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
And like always, keep watching.
And how did we not talk about Herbie this whole show? We didn't mention him one time.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Pace Case.
And I'm Bachelor Clues.
We host Game of Roses, the world's best reality TV podcast. We're covering every show in reality TV at the highest level possible. We analyze The Bachelor, Love is Blind, Perfect Match, Vanderpump, and anything else you find yourself watching with wine and popcorn.
We break down errors, highlight plays, MVPs, and all the competitive elements that make reality TV a sport. And we interview superstar players like Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow and Big Brother champion Taylor Hale.
If you want to know so much about reality TV, you can turn any casual conversation into a PhD level dissertation. You definitely want to check out Game of Roses.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.